Hey, how's your English practice going these days?
Honestly, not so great. I've been trying to improve my speaking, but every time I talk, I make so many mistakes. It's frustrating.
I totally understand that. But can I tell you something? That's actually a good sign.
Wait, what? How is making mistakes a good sign?
Because it means you're practicing, you're using the language, you're taking risks. That's exactly how people get better.
But it doesn't feel like I'm improving. I get stuck on words, I forget grammar rules, and sometimes I just go silent because I'm afraid I'll mess up.
You know what the biggest mistake is?
No? What?
Being afraid of making mistakes. That fear holds people back more than anything.
Yeah, but when I say something wrong and people laugh or correct me, it feels embarrassing.
Oh, I've been there. We all have. When I first started learning Spanish, I once told someone estoy embarazada, thinking it meant I'm embarrassed. Turns out, I said I'm pregnant.
No way, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did. The guy's eyes went wide. I was mortified at the time, but now, it's one of my favorite stories.
Okay, that's a pretty big mistake.
Yep. And you know what? I never forgot the real word for embarrassed after that. Avergonzada.
So you're saying mistakes help you remember?
Exactly. Think of mistakes like little memory anchors. They make things stick.
I guess that's true. I still remember the first time I said I have 25 years instead of I am 25 years old. Someone explained the difference to me, and I've never said it wrong again.
See? Perfect example. That's how language learning works. Trial and error.
But sometimes I feel like I'm not progressing fast enough. I've been learning English for years, and I still struggle with speaking fluently.
Let me ask you something. How often do you actually speak English?
Maybe 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes more if I join an online group.
That's good, but if you really want to improve your fluency, you need to speak a lot. Think of speaking like going to the gym. You don't build muscles by thinking about working out. You build them by lifting weights, over and over.
So in this case, mistakes are like lifting heavy?
Exactly. Every mistake you make is like doing a rep. It feels hard in the moment, but over time, you get stronger, more fluent, more natural.
I like that analogy. But what if I say something wrong in a serious situation, like a job interview or at work?
That's a great question. First, it's okay to prepare more for those moments. But second, native speakers will almost always appreciate your effort. They know English isn't your first language. A small mistake won't ruin anything.
I suppose that's true. Sometimes people don't even notice my mistakes.
Exactly. We often exaggerate our errors in our heads. But most people focus on communication, not perfection.
That's kind of a relief. Still, sometimes I get frustrated with grammar, like why is it he does but I do, or went instead of goed. It feels so random.
English has its quirks, I'll admit. But here's the thing. Most native speakers learn these patterns without even understanding the grammar rules. They heard them over and over as kids. You can do the same by exposing yourself to more natural English. Podcasts, movies, real conversations.
I've been watching English YouTube channels. I try to repeat what they say sometimes. Shadowing, I think it's called.
Yes, shadowing is an amazing technique. You listen, repeat out loud immediately, and try to match the speaker's rhythm and tone. It builds fluency fast.
I'm also trying to write down new words, but I forget them after a while.
Totally normal. That's why you should try to use new words in your own sentences. If you just read them once, you'll probably forget. But if you say or write them, you'll remember.
So basically, use the language, don't just study it.
Exactly. Language is not something you learn about. It's something you do, like riding a bike. You learn by doing, falling, and getting back up.
You're full of metaphors today.
Guilty, but they help, right?
They really do. You've changed my perspective. I used to think mistakes were something to avoid, but now I see them as part of the process.
That's the spirit. And here's one more truth. People who make more mistakes actually learn faster because they take more risks and get more feedback.
So, if I want to master English, I should make as many mistakes as possible.
Yes, but with purpose. Speak, write, practice. And when you make a mistake, don't ignore it. Learn from it, celebrate it even.
Celebrate my mistakes. That's new.
Why not? Each mistake is a step forward. Think of them as proof that you're growing.
All right. From now on, I'm not going to fear mistakes. I'm going to welcome them.
That's what I like to hear. Mistakes make your English master. Just keep going, keep speaking, and you'll get there.
Thanks. Talking to you always makes me feel more confident.
Anytime. Remember, perfection is the enemy of progress. Keep making those glorious mistakes.